Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sabrina Sells DFW page. Today's post is a little bit about real estate, but mostly about you. I work with a lot of clients, and a lot of times people aren't ready to buy. And when I speak to groups of people, or even to, women who are a lot older, I commonly see this, or even like, groups of people who've just kind of like given up. And I want to talk to you about growth because this is not necessarily just about buying a house. This applies to everything. And then one of the first things that I did to start experiencing growth is I made myself uncomfortable, right? And for me, I'm a worker. I can work hard enough to make enough money to get the things I want or to get close enough to getting it or to finding something that I can enjoy in that same space. So for me, if I can't afford the thing I want, I'll just go and work for it. I'll find a way. I'll pick up a second job. I've driven Uber Eats, I've driven Uber and Lyft and all of those things just to make extra money because I wanted a new car and I wanted to put money down and I knew where I wanted my monthly payment. And the guy told me to get a payment like that, you're gonna have to put like $6,000 down. On my current pay at the time, it would have taken me over a year, and I didn't have over a year. I'm a single mom, and I had a young son at that time, and I don't know, I think it may have been like a year and a half, I'm not sure. And I knew my car was starting to have a lot of issues, and my sister, oh Lord, she's called like jerking Bertha or something like that because of how much it was shaped. And you would think it's about to absolutely fall apart. And I just made a decision. Okay, I'm going to get a new car. I've got to get $6,000. What am I going to do? I was delivering Uber Eats. I was taking our salary. So I was able to take a day off work, get paid for it, but spend the whole day working. And on Thursdays and Fridays, for me, I was able to do that. But I realized sometimes I have to make myself uncomfortable to get what I want. I did not want to work an extra job. I felt like I was already working an extra job by working in a warehouse 12 hours a day and being a single mom. But there are things that you have to do to push yourself to get uncomfortable so that when you do attain the thing that you want, your body and your mind get used to working hard to reach an overall goal. And that's something that's so important. And I just want to stress it to you as much as I can. Sometimes you have to get uncomfortable. Sometimes you have to get tired to get a revelation to come through and show you, okay, this is what I'm doing this for. And also, it shows you I work too hard, I go too hard, I do too much not to have what I want. And it doesn't have to be a thing. At that time, it was a car for me because I wanted something safe and I wanted to be able to get from point A to point B without thinking about the point A, point five, where my car's gonna break down, where it starts overheating, where I turn to go to an ATM and my car just completely shuts off in the middle of a busy four-way stop in Grand Prairie. Like all of these things I wanted to not think about every time I got in my car. And for me, what that allowed me to do is just continue to work and work and work and invite my mom down. Can you watch him this weekend? I need to go work. I need to go and pick up some extra shifts. And I had to be uncomfortable and I had to be tired. And I'm telling you, because it's only temporary. It's only temporary. Doing these things is only temporary. Because what I found out is I need more pay for my original job. I need to apply for a promotion. I need to start talking to my leaders about more money. I need to look into investing. I need to find another way to make money where I'm not working like a dog. And I figured out a lot of things. I was able to invest $600 in the stock market that eventually grew to 3,000. That's not what I used on my car. That took about a year and a half. But the Uber Eats and Lyft and all that gave me the extra 6,000 for my car. But all of these extra things I figured out I had to make myself uncomfortable. I had to push myself to learn. I had to do all these things to experience this growth, this revelation. And now there's things that you can't convince me to do. There's amounts that you can't convince me to work for because I know what I'm worth and I know what I'm capable of. And I wouldn't have known these things if I didn't make myself uncomfortable to figure them out. If your goal is buying a home, if your goal is moving to a certain place, if your goal is traveling somewhere, whatever the goal is, however big, however small, and you don't see that reality happening in the time frame that you want it to, find a way. Even if you have to be uncomfortable, even if you have to be tired, find a way, because you're not going to be at peace. It continues to nag at you, and you'll just keep finding yourself in this place where you start feeling like you're not worthy, and you are. Make yourself uncomfortable, reach and attain the goal. Okay. Number two, just doing it anyway. A lot of times we don't do stuff because we're like, oh, I really can't invest in purchasing a home because, I don't have enough money. I don't have this. I don't have that. Whatever it is, I can't apply for this job because I don't have this background and I don't have this experience and I don't have this. Nobody has experience until they do it. Apply anyway. Do whatever it is anyway. Find a way to make it happen for yourself and do it. If they say, well, you got to do this before you do that, then fine. Do both. Find a way, make it happen no matter what. If you don't have the budget for something, start doing it without the budget and the budget will come. You will find ways to squeeze out. Because what I started doing is I started looking at my subscriptions like, hold on, I want to attain something new. I need more money for this. What am I spending money on right now? Subscription for this? I don't really need that. That's a like to have. You can start up a subscription back at any point. You don't have to have it right now. You can get it later, right? I turn off certain subscriptions. I stop certain programs. I stop certain marketing. Whatever it is, I'm like, it's okay. It's just temporary. I've got to find a way to do this anyway. And for me, like investing in real estate, and I'm like, I don't have enough money up front to put any type of 20% down for an investment. That's why I got into house hacking, because I'm going to live there. I know I need time to save up more money to do the flips that are required for the home. So I'm going to live there. I'm just going to do it slowly. It gives me time to price out contractors. It gives me time to walk through Home Depot and Lowe's and other surplus shops and find a deal on tiles and sinks and faucets and light fixtures and all those things. And I'm not in a rush. You can do these things concurrent with whatever you have going on right now. You just have to find a different way and do it anyway. There's going to be a million roadblocks that pop up constantly. It cannot stop you from getting where you want to be, because if you can be that easily broken, you will never reach your goals. You cannot be easily broken. You got to do it anyway. Do it anyway. And then the last thing I want to share with you is you got to start setting your eyes and your hands on whatever it is you want to attain. And for me, that was investment properties. I signed up for an account on auction.com. I signed up online to start getting automatic emails daily to see investment properties. I started attending free workshops on how to get started investing. And if they were talking about using other people's money or other things I wasn't interested in, I just kept that in the back, but I focused on their processes. I focused on how they thought about doing things. I learned from them their attitudes, their behaviors, tips and tricks they did. And then that way, when I felt ready, I could use all of those things. All of these things that I did to get started in investing, all of that knowledge was free. A part of it was just setting a lunch with my cousin to talk about options because she had already gotten into it. Find a way, set your eyes on it. For one, one thing that I really, really wanted, I drove by it and I looked at it and I'm like, man, I really, really want this lot. I want this lot. I want this lot. And something told me, take a little bit of this dirt with you. And I looked in my back seat. I found an empty water bottle because I have thousands at any point. Not anymore. I'm a metal container kind of gal. But I just scooped up some dirt from that land and I put it in the car and I brought it home and I sat it near my vision board. And that way, every time I set my eyes on it, I'm getting ready to leave for work, I set my eyes on it. And I know whatever I'm doing today, no matter how bad I want to talk to some of these people who are going to be disrespectful and underestimate me, I've got to go. I've got to go. I've got to work these hours. I've got to come home. I've got to focus. I've got to study and learn and understand all these things required for me to get an investment property. And I'm constantly reminded because I'm setting my eyes on that dirt. I'm constantly looking at that dirt. I know that the dirt in the bottom of that water bottle, That's for my investment property. And I never got that property, but I got another piece of land because I set my eyes on it. I set my intentions on it. I prayed about that every time I saw that. I was like, God, you got to make this happen. There's nothing that I did. I'm not talking about manifesting from a source of the earth or anything like that. I set my eyes on it so that I was intentional every single day about what I did. What is this going to help with? How does this move me towards my goal? Because the more you look at that goal with your eyes, or you set your hands on it, if it's something tangible that you can touch, the more likely it will become a reality. I started walking through model homes after work. I knew I wanted something different, something nicer, something larger. I knew I wanted a one-story floor plan. I just started walking model homes. And do you need help with anything? Nope. I just wanted to walk through. Are you in the market to buy? Not right now. I just want to see what's out there and available. I just want to explore some areas. I just want to find somewhere where I feel comfortable, where I'm going to like the schools. I'm just driving around. I'm setting my eyes, I'm setting my intention, I'm setting my hands on whatever it is. Ooh, when I find somebody who does something like this in the area that I'm interested in, that's what I'm going to be looking for. You have to set your eyes, you have to set your intentions, set your goals. Your vision board is not something for you to create the first week of January and never look at again. Put it somewhere where it's in your way. If it's an eyesore, put it somewhere. I love my sister put her first vision board that she did in her bathroom, and where it was her mirror could reflect off of it. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. You're getting ready in the morning and you're looking at your goals. You're looking at yourself and you're looking at your goals. Put it somewhere where you have to see it, where you have to understand that what you're doing is working towards that goal. These are the three things that I have done to start seeing growth in my life and in my investments and in everything. I went from I own my own home, I'm proud of myself, to I have 5 properties. And it happens because you take time to learn and you invest in yourself and you push yourself and you make yourself uncomfortable and you start not accepting anything less than what you're worth, because you know what you would do to attain your goal. I just wanted to encourage you today. That's all I have. Not necessarily about houses, but you can apply it however you feel. I'll talk to you guys soon.